like for you personally, you know, like in your reality, you know, how is motherhood?
Hard, beautiful, rewarding, heartbreaking, patience testing, time consuming, elevating,
all in one,
growth making. Like, God blimey, where do we go with this? I mean, I have two incredible kids. I can't really call them kids anymore. So my son is 19 and my daughter is 17. My son is involved in football, so I would say that 10 years of my life was spent Sundays running around various football pitches in East London. A lot of my life revolved around that, training twice a week and then match day on a Sunday. And then my daughter, she's quite academic, so she's studying like psychology and biology at the minute. She wants to be a forensic psychologist. Do all that crime scene investigation stuff.
Bigger up.
Yeah, bigger up.
Bigger up. Would you, like, I might as well just ask it while we're here. Like, would you like to have more kids in future? However that might look like.
Yeah, that's a very timely topic. Not one I'm sure I want to talk about, but you've asked, and I'm very open, so I'm going to be honest.
Move on. Let's move on. You sure? You sure we can't move on?
No, we can answer.
Okay.
I think because of what happened last year,
of course,
it's a no.
Okay.
But I'm also in a relationship with somebody that doesn't have children.
Okay.
And so they would like to be a mum.
And your partner would like to be a mum, yeah? One day.
So
bless her.
So it's in a bit of a weird, not quite sure what's the outcome of this is gonna be. And I say no from a completely selfish perspective, in that I don't know how much time I have left. So the things with stents is that they come with time constraint. So they only last for 10 years.
Okay.
And there are all sorts of complications that can happen with them, especially if you don't get your diet and things right and you get cholesterol build up. They can so basically I'm at a high risk of another heart attack, and that's probably how I'm going to die. And if I only have 10 years left to be my most effective, healthy self, to get out and do all the things that I want to do, I very much feel that clock ticking in the back of my mind. And if I was to have another child now, would I be there for their entire life? Are they going to get to 5 and I'm not going to be here anymore? Are they going to get to 10 and I'm not going to be here anymore?
I get exactly what you're trying to say.
That's terrifying to me, to bring a child into the world knowing that I might not be here to raise them. And on the other side of that as well, I'm also thinking about my own 2 children. And the legacy that I would like to leave for them means I've got quite a lot of work to do in the next couple of years. You know, my vision is to have my own festival. Capella's going to have its own festival, Independent Artist Festival. That's where we're going. And I want to build some kind of legacy and some kind of financial something to leave for them when I'm not here anymore.
Foundation.
And if I go back into that path of parenthood, which is all consuming, especially when you've got a new baby, you can't do that half-hearted, you can't do that one foot in the door. They need you, right?
They need 100%. You 24/7.
And it's that's the barrier to me, that am I compromising what I can do with the rest of my life by going back into that parenthood cycle again, when I'm almost at the end. Like my youngest is 17 now. She's about to start her last year of college, and then we'll be off to uni. And then if my son gets signed up in Scotland this week, he'll be off. Like, I'm kind of at the end of having to have all of the responsibility all of the time, because I was a single parent for most of their life, and it was all on me all of the time. All the finances, all the childcare, everything was on me. Dad was around, but Dad wasn't great. Let's just leave it there. Yeah, he was around, but he wasn't great. So all of the responsibility was on me. So I kind of feel like I've spent a huge part of my life already being mum. And if this hadn't have happened last year, I don't even think this would be a question. But because this has happened last year, I am all of a sudden aware of a clock ticking in the back of my mind that I was never aware of before. That's telling me that, I only have a finite amount of time. And if I want to do these things, I need to do them now. So I have to prioritise where to put my energy. But at the same time, I have somebody that I love who wants to go on that journey. So right now, anything could happen, boys. Who knows what the future holds, right? I could live for another 30 years.
Which you will.
Yeah.
Which you
manifest
will.
it, right? We're going to crack
Manifest, I'm putting it out into the universe.
Yes,
you will.
make it happen.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But
You and your
these are the
partner are going to grow
realities.
old together.
I guess when you
know?
have a near-death experience, this
Yeah.
is a view of the world that you perhaps didn't have before.
Yeah.
Things that you took for granted or never had to consider. I sometimes I think about the fact that I might pass away before my mum does. That this those kind of things that I have to think about. And I have to think about, one day my children could walk in the bedroom and I've had a heart attack in the night and they're finding me there in the bed. These are things that I never thought on any level that I would ever have to think about, but now they're a part of my daily reality, And so I have to make smarter choices about what I want to do with the time that I have left. And I think as a human, we kind of go through that journey, and a lot of us don't get to that stage till quite late in our lives that we realise about the things that we need to prioritise.
True.
And so I see this as a bit of a blessing, really. It's given me that reality check, that intervention. Life has given me an intervention to make the most of it, revalue what's important, remodel what's important, and only put my time in places and spaces that I feel are of value to me or resonate with me on a spiritual level, and not being afraid to say, no, I'm not doing that, or I'm out. That's a big difference, is that my time and what I do with my time is so much more precious to me now than when it